What the flip is up? Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a girl advice video. I asked a few weeks ago on my Instagram for you guys to give me questions to ask, like advice, secrets, all that stuff, and so today I'm going to be answering them for you. This is a girl advice, girl talk video, but some of these questions correspond to guys as well. So yeah, I got a lot of questions, a lot more than I thought. Happy about that. I'm going to be answering these questions from my experience, my personal experience, and how I would deal with these kinds of situations. Everybody's different. You don't have to have the same opinion as me. It's just a video. I'm gonna stop blabbering on and let's just get on into it. The first question is, what is one thing you wish guys could understand about girls? Okay, this isn't just for guys, but also girls. Guys and girls can be friends without wanting to date. If a girl is texting you, she might just want to be friends with you. She might not want to date you. And I think people always forget about that. People always automatically assume, oh, you like them, which is not the case. But yeah, that's for guys and girls. Just because we're moody doesn't mean we're on our period. Might just be having a shitty day. That's just life. Next question is, do you shave? And yes, I do. I shave my pits, bits, legs. I used to shave my arms, but I don't anymore because they're just blonde, so there's really no point. But yeah, I like to keep everything nice and clean because I just personally don't like it, but everybody's different, personal preference. Talk about friendships and how it should always be a two-way street. If you feel that you're the only one putting effort into a friendship, cut them off, get them out of your life, because friendships and relationships, anything with a person, has to be equal. You cannot be giving too much or too little of something. You have to be giving just the same amount. And next one is, when did you get your period? I was 12 when I got my period. It was a few days before Christmas. How to be confident. That is something I'm still trying to figure out, but I feel like the first step into being confident in yourself, self-love. People always think that if you love yourself, you're being narcissistic, and if you don't love yourself, then you're just being like depressed or like self-conscious or something. So it's like you can't win either way. I feel like being too confident is a lot better than not being confident enough. If you want to be confident around other people, you have to be confident within yourself first. How do you deal with a broken heart? This is a really hard question for me to answer because I've personally never had a broken heart. I've never been through that. I've only ever had one boyfriend and we kind of ended on bad terms. I wasn't really sad when we broke up. I was kind of expecting it because it just didn't work out the whole time. But how to deal with a broken heart, I really don't know. Surround yourself with positivity because you're obviously feeling really negative within yourself and like everything around you at that point. So the best way to deal with it is surround yourself with positive things, people, be in positive situations, places, positivity. That's all I have to say really. How do you deal with anxiety? I don't. No, but this one is a good one for me to answer because I am currently struggling with a lot of anxiety. I'm not really going to go into it, especially at school, and how I deal with it is, it depends how extreme your anxiety is. If you feel a little anxious around certain people, certain places, everybody experiences that. Everybody experiences anxiety, but it depends how bad of anxiety you're experiencing. If it's really bad, you go and seek help. Anxiety is one of the most horrible things ever, and dealing with it is one of the best things ever. You just feel like a whole weight has been lifted off your shoulders and you know that you're not alone anymore. You need to beat it before it beats you. Next question is, what's the best thing about being on the pill and would you recommend it? So I'm going to talk about my experience first and then I'm going to say if I would recommend it or not. I went on the pill because my periods were becoming very irregular and very heavy. Now that I'm on the pill, oh, what is this lighting? Now that I'm on the pill, my periods come 28 days apart like they're supposed to, And when I get them, they are literally nowhere near as heavy and they only last for like 4 days. It's so good. The pill has worked so well for me. I literally went to my doctor, told him what I was looking for and what I wanted in a pill. He gave me a script for one and he put me on it, and I have loved it ever since. I've been on it since I was 14. I would recommend it. It depends what you're looking for though. But I would probably tell you to go see your doctor first and tell your doctor what you're looking for. And I have not had very many side effects at all. Some people get bloating, some people get breakouts, different stuff. I don't get personally any of that. I'm so lucky that I don't get any of that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend the pill. But go tell your doctor what you're looking for and they will give you what you're looking for. Thoughts on girls that talk to multiple boys at the same time and vice versa. So I think that if you're talking to more than one person at a time, you are definitely not looking for a serious relationship. And if you are, you're doing it wrong. Talking to one person and giving all your time and energy to one person is so important. I don't really understand open relationships. That just really doesn't make sense to me. And if you're willing to continue talking to that person every day and show your love for that person, that's amazing. But if you're talking to more than one person at a time in the same kind of way, you're probably not very serious and probably not looking for a decent full-time relationship. I think that if you're looking for a good time, then yeah, go for it. Talk to more than one person at a time. But just know what you're getting yourself into. It's not a good thing. And sometimes people find out and aren't very happy about it. How the hell do you learn to love yourself? All I see is my flaws. That is the worst thing to do. The first step into loving yourself is seeing all the good things about yourself. And if you're seeing all the negative things about yourself, you're doing it wrong. If you're trying to learn how to love yourself, you have to find the things you love about yourself. Whenever I use tampons, it hurts, so what's the problem? You probably aren't inserting it right. I used to never use tampons because I was always terrified of them. If you can feel the tampon, you obviously haven't inserted it right. This sounds really gross and probably TMI, but you have to keep trying and fiddling with it to get it comfortable so you can't feel it. Because when you're walking around, you shouldn't be able to feel it. And if you can, then you haven't inserted it right. And you should probably retry. That is disgusting, but it's the truth. All the guys are ugly in our grade, so I would prefer older guys. Is this weird? No, because I'm the exact same. I personally wouldn't want to date someone my age. I'd rather date a 17-year-old compared to a 15-year-old. If it floats your boat, go for it. Is it hard to balance dance and school? Last year, it was really hard for me to balance dance and school because I did a lot of dance last year. This year, I've cut back a little because school is getting harder and harder as I get into the older grades. So I'm starting to slowly each year cut back more and more dance because I'm not one of those people who's good at juggling two things at once that are very hard, and how much I can achieve before it all becomes too much. How do you deal with school stress? I don't. If I feel like I'm getting stressed at school, I don't go, which is not good, and you probably shouldn't do what I do. But I feel like having mental health days are so important. Mental health is so important, and if you feel you need a day off school to recharge your brain and recharge your mental health, then do it. Is there anyone you would go lesbian for? I think I would go lesbian for Billie Eilish. She's the only person I would ever go lesbian for. Billie, hit me up. How to deal with people talking smack. I feel like confronting someone and getting them to own up to their is the most important, because if they don't own up to it, then they shouldn't have said anything in the first place. Last question. Are you looking for a relationship at the moment? To be 100% honest with you, I would like to be in a relationship at the moment. I also know that being in a relationship is a lot of effort and a lot of hard work and a lot of time and energy. So I'm not sure that at the moment I'm willing to give up my time and energy. I have a lot going on at the moment, and I don't think having a boyfriend is probably beneficial for me. And once I'm happy with myself, then I can be happy with someone else. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it one of those. But yeah, I hope this video helped a little bit more. I'm very bad at explaining things. I'm so sorry. I hope sharing some of my experiences with you guys helped. But yeah, subscribe. Bippity boppity.